Welcome everyone to Whimsy Woven Stories. Here, we explore gripping tales of real-life twists. Join our storytelling community.
I might not be in the right state of mind, but I had to get this off my chest. 2 days ago, I came back from basketball. A little early, I overheard my fiancée, Jay, tell her friend that she is settling for me. This friend just got out of a relationship. I don't know what they were talking about before, but I just heard Jay saying that after all the idiots she dated, settling for me will be good for her. She then went on to describe my job and all the perks of being with me. Love is apparently not on the list. Hearing this kind of broke me. I just stood in place dumbfounded. I don't even think she even loves me. For context, we live in a beach house. I bought it as a total gut job and renovated it myself, and I have several other properties that are all rented out. I work in property insurance from home and do house flips on the side. Unsatisfied with what I've accomplished so far in my life. All of this was worth mentioning for Jay, but not how much I loved her. How much time we spent together. Not how I tried to be supportive of her goals and ambitions. How she wanted for nothing. And not going to lie, I was in a bad place. Maybe still I am. I spent all of last night going through her messages. I knew her password, I just never looked. Well, it's a pretty common thing for her to say. Pretty much all her friends know what's up. Jay wants a nice, normal guy after all the idiots she dated. She wants a drama-free life where she'll be taken care of. Every time I read what she really thought about me, it was like another needle was being jammed in my heart. My first reaction was to yell at her and confront her about it. My second reaction was to make her suffer like I am. My dear Jay, the love of my life, I thought, doesn't work right now. She quit to be a real estate agent. I don't know, maybe she wanted to learn more about real estate. Maybe she thought her looks would get her by. She doesn't work right now. 0. She also lives in my house. She decorated it and certainly put her touches on everything. But my name is on the title. Just mine. Her car is technically mine too. She didn't qualify for financing on her own. And she just had to have a Beamer, so I co-signed it. I can probably make a case that's my car. We don't have joint accounts, thank the Almighty himself. Because she did ask, I pay her cards right now. I want to just show her the texts, throw her crap in garbage bags and put her out on the street. Would I be the idiot if I did that? Edit. Holy crap, I did not expect so many responses. Thank you everyone for your advice and kind words. I will talk to Jay sometime over the weekend. I think she picked up that something was up. I didn't call her from work like I usually do. And last couple of nights I made an excuse that I was beat and went to bed pretty early. I'll try to read as many replies and provide more information. But I wanted to clarify a couple of things. Regardless of how crappy I feel, I didn't like people calling Jay nasty names. It's partly my fault, I didn't give enough detail. Before quitting, she had a decent enough job. She's not good at managing money at all. But she would buy stuff for the house or gifts for me on special occasions. I never thought of her as a gold digger. She talked to me about quitting and trying to be a real estate agent. She told me she liked the freedom of the profession and I tried to be supportive. Secondly, I don't think I misunderstood her meaning. Maybe she didn't mean it as a negative. But the messages were crystal clear. She settled for me. Update. Hi, everyone. Thank you to everyone for your advice and kind words. Here is the update. I talked to Jay. I told her how I overheard her talking. How she is settling for me. I told her how that felt and what kind of mood I was in after. She had tears rolling down her face as I was telling her how I felt. She didn't say anything for a bit. Then she just said, "I'm sorry." It was true when we started dating. She just heard from a mutual friend that I was great and she thought she'd give me a chance. She said, in the beginning it was about feeling safe and feeling like she could be supported and loved. In the beginning, it was just being with someone who had their crap together and would be good for her. Eventually, she fell in love. She loved me dearly. This didn't make me feel better. I then told her about the text messages. This is when she got angry. I was an idiot for going through her messages. Violation of privacy. Betrayal of trust. How dare I? I didn't set out to get her password. She's just extremely careless with it. She hits remember password on everything. When she types it out, she hits show password first. If you happen to be glancing at the screen, you'd know what it was. That's how I found out. I've never thought to use it until that day. Eventually, after going on about reading her messages, she stopped and was sobbing for a minute. Finally, she just goes, "What do you want me to say?" I can't help how I feel. I wasn't the type she'd go for before. She's still attracted to those types of guys. She's just older now and knows better. That's why she's settled with me. She loves me and wants to spend the rest of her life with me. That doesn't work for me. I told her we had different ideas about what a relationship, especially marriage, was. The trust is broken for both of us. I went through her messages. She settled for me even though I'm not her type. This is where we go our separate ways. We agreed eventually that she stay with one of her friends. I'll move all her stuff to the spare bedroom. When she finds a place, I'll help her move. She can keep the car. I was just being an idiot about leaving her destitute. She was crying from the moment we started talking to the moment we went into separate rooms. It wasn't easy seeing her like that. I wanted to go to her and hold her, but it had to be done. When I closed the door to my room, that's when all the emotions washed over me. I was bawling the whole time. The sheets still smelled like her and I either couldn't or didn't want to change them just then. I feel crappy and I won't be okay for a while. But I am pretty certain I did the right thing. I read a lot of comments on the old post and it shocked me. Truly, I was a little taken aback with how many comments I saw from women that they did the same thing. They settled for their current so after going through a bunch of guys that was more their type. To me that's super effed. Like if your partner knows and you're both cool with it. Fine, I guess, live your life. But to me that's gross. If you settle with your soul for safety, comfort, financial calculus, that's what an arranged marriage is. You want the benefits of an arranged marriage without any of the obligations of one. If you can pull it off, more power to you. But that's not something that interests me at all. I also read a whole bunch of get an ironclad print up. I understand the thinking, but I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm too quixotic and old-fashioned. But starting a lifelong commitment with a plan on how to end it doesn't seem right. I guess it's something I'll have to pay attention to more going forward. Thank you again, everyone. If there are any updates to be had, I'll post again. But that's it. Update. It's been like a month since I posted my story and I've gotten so many messages asking for an update. I appreciate everyone's well wishes and thoughts. I'll update everyone on what happened since, although it's nothing dramatic. My friends all came around to check on me. This went about as you would expect. Many adult beverages were consumed. Many offers to go to adult establishments were made. A group of us made plans to tailgate on opening day of the college football season at the local university. People showed up, brought too much food and drinks. It was a blast. One of them found my Reddit post and showed it to everyone else. There was maybe half an hour of "Dude, are you okay? And I'm here for you, bro." Before the post became a source of light roasting. We should let OP pick what we order for dinner. We wouldn't want him to settle. All in good fun. They helped me through it and I appreciate that I have them in my life. Jay is fine, I guess. We've texted a little, but mostly to check on each other. Some of our mutual friends say she's pretty broken up and still don't understand what it is she did wrong. It was also a sentiment expressed in the comments a lot. I thought through this a lot more since then, and it all comes down to expectations. It's all well and good to be pragmatic or to do the safe and practical thing. But you can't do that forever. If you're sensible with your money, you live within your means, do all the right things and such, you'll still get that itch or impulse to buy something that you don't need but you want. You can resist it for months, years, but eventually you give in. What happens when you follow that impulse in a relationship that you're being pragmatic about? That's what I didn't want. Not to mention that if Jay or anyone is settling for financial reasons, I'm not rich by any means. I couldn't stop working tomorrow and be set and working toward that goal. But I'm not there yet. Every piece of property I bought was either uninhabitable or outdated. That's the only way I can afford it. There is people that own a modest lesser than 1,000 square foot apartment in NYC, whose property is worth more than all of mine combined. If you want to settle for financial security, there's plenty of men that earn more than me, by easier means. If that's the main motivator, what will happen when one of those dudes comes along? There was a lot of head shaking in the comments about how immature I'm being and how real life isn't like Romeo and Juliet. Well, maybe that's true when I'm being unrealistic. I'm not looking for Juliet. But sticking with literature, I also don't want a Scheherazade spinning me tales. I definitely don't want to be Menelaus. Finally, I decided to sell the house. The amount of upkeep, time and money needed to maintain it is now not worth it. The insurances are getting out of hand too. I never considered it before, because Jay loved the place. But now, there is no reason not to go through with it. I think that's it. I don't expect anything else to happen regarding Jay, so this might be it. Thank you to everyone who messaged me, to everyone who offered advice or encouragement.
Thanks for listening. Share your opinion in comment section, and also do like and subscribe to the channel.